All on I celebrate. Saying about the police them pepper spray, Mr. Mackenzie. Eh? Oh say, we see all on no? The whole on us think like dog shit, you know. Remember me telling you that, you know. Eh? Every little thing. Why am I telling you say everything as bad in the country at that Pnp does? You see me I deal with? Everything as bad in the country at that Pnp does. Anybody can't get pepper spray. Anybody can't get pepper spray. And we condemn a police boy there who spray the minister of local government, the most honorable Desmond Mackenzie. But leave it to the law. Because that boy, police boy, must have pissed up him rascal self now. That the police boy must have pissed up himself. Can't get in trouble a dignitary man. Because Mr. Mackenzie never had trouble nobody. And Mr. Mackenzie are the member of parliament for Western Kingston, Valley Garden, then Antonio, all of them place there. And a little thing up and down than the people them call the member of parliament. I want me personally know. They call for my government and say, watch out, pull up some of them police boys. Pull them up. Because them are get out of control. Them are get out of control. Some of the police them. 3/4 of the police them are decent police them. See me? The training where the pussy them get. Then dash out the training there. Some of the police boy there. Them dash out the training there. And some of them are original training for themselves to abuse the citizen of this beautiful country. What you want to tell me, say a police boy they never know, say, and Mr. Mackenzie? Everybody in this country know Desmond Mackenzie. They know the minister of local government. They know, say, I'm the chairman for the Jamaica Labour Party. The speaker, anytime political meeting I go on. So police boy, why you spray the pepper spray in the man face? Why make you spray the pepper spray in the member of parliament, in the minister face? Me have to big up the peace officer them in the country, them, you know. Them are going to have a very good job. Them are going to have a good job. But some of them police have to get weed out of the force. You can't go on like, you know, I want to abuse the citizens of this beautiful country. Because you want to tell me, say, you never know the minister. So I say, you don't want to spray any pepper spray in anybody's face. If you know the minister, you need no spray. No. But if you know anybody else civil than out there, you spray them. You look at dirty ras, yo. I want the commissioner police deal with you. Remember me tell you that. You worse on the Pnp them out. That 2 sheet of zinc you want over your fucking head. You worse on a pit toilet. Yes. And the dirty bloggers them from the Pnp them. Them are celebrated. But them time don't come to. Me nah use this and abund the decent police them. 3/4 of the police them in the force. A good police officer them. And them a do them decent job. So me nah use one bad police boy and paint all policemen out here. Me nah do it. Them have a principal commissioner of police, Mr. Blake. And them have a principal minister of security, Mr. Oresta. And them have a general prime minister in this country, Mr. Andrew Wallace. Watch out now. Me know, watch out now, leave it. Because me know them don't dry him up. Them don't drop the police there. You understand me? But you look at Pnp now. But you celebrate about watch out now, Mr. Mackenzie gets sprayed. One little batty boy named Derval when man a shit in him out. We call him Doodle Mouth. One little batty boy named Andre when man a jam in him batty all the while. He not jam no man in them pum pum. He man a jam him in him batty. You want thinking dirty girl named Mama stand up a foreign. We up there use him tongue. Clean white man batty up there. Him can't come back to Jamaica, you know, kind of a plain field. You want next to dirty red one. I call up the prime minister name all the while. Who no look at Pnp, you know, garbage. As long as you live, you can't see about Jamaica office. You can't see about Jamaica house. Because you don't go to John the whole in performance, you know. A bill we have built a country. New brand Jamaica. We have built hospital. We have built school, we have built house, we have built road, we have give people drinking water, people at work, we have fight crime, we have give people justice. Hey, we have give people good health service. PNP, you can't get back this country. A 2 sheet of zinc you want over no head. You worse than a blood clot latrine. Remember me telling that. Everything bad in the country they endorse it. Everything bad. You look a policeman. Pepper spray the minister. I don't look a dirty drunk crowd. I endorse it. I want up a foreign named Kevin. One batty boy a foreign named Kevin. Eh? Una celebrate it. Una celebrate and show up. Una just spray pepper spray on the minister face now. In doodoo, una doodoo man, you know. Eh? Una enemy of Jamaica. Una enemy. And my personal appeal to the president, Mr. Trump. Take some of the Pnp them visa. My golden visa for left out. Yes, because them are anti-American. Just like them are anti-Jamaica. Big up the greatest Prime Minister Jamaica ever have. Andrew Wallace. Big up Miss Wallace. Mama Day. 6-star General South Chilali Member of Parliament. God bless the country. Make a keep and step in.
The Gleaner. Yeah. Yesterday Andrew Wallace received the GIS award. Yeah. Now what is GIS? GIS is Geography Information System. And what this does, Geography Information System tracks or identify, movements and locations on the Earth's surface in real time. See? So Andrew Wallace received an award based on how he was able to utilize the GIS system during and after the hurricane. Yes? So of course, after the hurricane there were so many areas that we couldn't have gained access to if it were not for the GIS system. So Andrew Wallace, even though you hear people out there talk about people still need help and people still this and all kind of things, if Andrew Wallace was not advanced in his thinking, yes, some people would not even get no attention yet. Yeah, because we wouldn't even know that some people get cut off. Yeah, in some remote areas. So the GIS system was very, very effective to identify, and get aid to people in some locations. So he was praised for this and he received an award. Let me tell you something. I know it not reach the Gleaner. I've been looking through the Gleaner, post, both on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and I have not seen it. And I'm like, isn't this newsworthy? Yeah, isn't this information key information to especially the younger generation? Imagine we're in a technological era and the Prime Minister of the country received an award. Yes, such an award. Yeah. And the Gleaner, who is supposed to be the national news outlet, has not carried anything about the story. Anything about the award ceremony. Nothing about the Prime Minister receiving this award. And you would think that this is a moment to learn, a moment to teach. A moment when people can identify or see that, yeah, we're moving into the areas where it's straight digital. Yeah, it's a technological era. And I'm like, what sense does that make? You hate the Prime Minister that bad, or you're fighting against the Prime Minister that bad, or you despise the Prime Minister so bad, or you're so partisan? Why you did not bring the story? You did not cover this. Now, it's like you sit around and wait for something negative to post about the Prime Minister. The least thing, the Prime Minister. The least thing, the Prime Minister. The police unalive somebody or beat up somebody, the Prime Minister. If somebody road want fix, and the Prime Minister. If somebody car tire leak out pan and patrol, the Prime Minister. If somebody go down to the hospital and there's not enough and them have to sit down in a chair, the Prime Minister. And when the world is giving the Prime Minister his props for what he's doing in this country, y'all stay silent. I see Protege said something the other day. I saw Protege on an interview the other day and he said something. He said people are loud when them are sing your downfall, but they're silent, or they're very, very tame for sing your praise. So you have to sing it yourself. Yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy. The Prime Minister of the country receiving an award, and the Gleaner and carry it. An international award. Huh? It's wicked boy, yeah.
Dawn Marie Richards, president of the Nurses Association of Jamaica, stepped forward at Yuma Combo today because I come to talk about the video that is being shown all around by the little PNP supporters that happened at a press conference between yourself and the Prime Minister of Jamaica at the office of the Prime Minister. No, why do you think you need to behave like that? Why do you think you need to behave so arrogant, and when the Prime Minister is talking, you're butting in and you're giving your responses very abrasive? Why do you think you need to behave like that? I saw you on an interview with Neville Bell in the same clothes. That means it was done on the very same day, and you weren't behaving that way. You were very calm and composed when speaking to Neville Bell. Why? You never want him ask you for walk out of TVJ, but you feel like the Prime Minister could not ask you to leave the office of the Prime Minister because you think you put the Prime Minister wish part in there. You come into the office of the Prime Minister having a conversation with the Prime Minister like you came there with an agenda from the PNP, because they are the ones that's running with this little clip calling you a national hero because they are applauding you for coming to the office of the Prime Minister and behaving arrogant, in my opinion. That I'm entitled to. So it seems as if the PNP sent you on a mission and your mission was accomplished. So that is why they are now rejoicing. You all should be happy for the Prime Minister that we have. They're very calm and composed and very respectful. Notice when the Prime Minister is speaking and you butt in, he stops and he allows you to speak. And when he's trying to speak, you overtalk him, and he again stops and he allows you to speak. You did want a better leader than that. Tell me if Mark Golding could have handled a conversation like that. Tell me if Mark Golding would have stopped talk to allow you to speak. Miss Dawn Richards. What a way you behave. What a way you accomplish the mission that the PNP said them send you on. What a way you accomplish the mission. You never got the PNP station TVJ and behave that way, because you all have to be composed and ensure that the message of the PNP is pushed everywhere on a go. But again, I'm going to tell you, you should be thankful for the Prime Minister.
Under the impression that we don't have enough healthcare professionals. We've recently...
We have never had enough, sir. And that is a reality.
Yeah.
Time gone by, it would have been because we didn't train enough. Then we were training enough, but we're not paying enough, so people were leaving. And people are still leaving. Because I would have articulated in the local space that people don't leave for money only.
I know most Jamaicans have seen the video with Desmond Mackenzie being, I don't know if he was pepper sprayed. I hear people say they pepper sprayed him, but I don't think he was pepper sprayed by the police officers. Maybe the police officers were pepper spraying maybe a mob of people, because I saw a mob of people there. I'm not getting the full story correctly. What is happening is that I'm seeing videos, and then because you're just seeing different comments, you know, with people, so I'm not getting the full understanding of what took place. But what I was told is that he really was, which I don't think that the police officers would have really done, for more reasons than one. So I don't think he was pepper sprayed, as how people are saying. So I'm going to hypothetically say, and I could be wrong, and I stand corrected. I'm not trying to create any false narrative. I'm just hypothetically, because I know sometimes when there is something and then a mob comes and the police officers warn you to move and you don't, they're going to use the less lethal weapons. You know what I mean? Like batons, sprays, tasers, and so on, if people are not adhering to the rules and to the regulations. So I can only go with the fact that I saw a large crowd of people there. So I don't know if the pepper spray was used initially. Maybe he came in the midst of it and he just got caught up in it. But you know, or maybe they didn't even recognize that the minister was there, you know, and start to pepper spray the place, and then it caught him. Boy, me can't say it burn him. It burn him, it burn him, it burn him. Oh my goodness. It really wasn't funny, people, to be honest with you. I don't know. No matter who you are as a person, there is a respect that I have for the elderly. And I'm going to tell you from at the point of him being an older man, an elderly man, and when I saw how the thing really, almost as though it wanted to gorge his eyes out, that people threw like milk, because, milk is like a diffuser. They say when certain, if acid is thrown on you, they say the best thing to throw is something, a diffuser like milk, that just stops it immediately and soothes it immediately, as opposed to water. Water will spread it. So if you throw water, it's going to spread it and create more damage and create more problems. So I saw where people threw milk on him, they were throwing water, and the poor man wet up. I'm sure they wet up, and I was very disheartened by most of the comments. I initially had seen the video, on the Jamaica Gleaners site. I think it was online. And I mean, when I scrolled, I just wanted to see what the general comments were. And when you saw the laughing emojis, it tells a story. And let me tell you, people, I know people are going to say, because, they're corrupt politicians, they're not good. I saw some of the comments where they say, yes, finally he can understand what people are going through, yada, 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 yada. Let me tell you something, people. It's never, ever good to repay evil for evil. You may feel a little justified for the moment, but I'm going to share this with you. You see, when it happens to you, when that's a similar calamity or a negative outcome like that should affect you, you're going to remember how you responded. And when you see people start to laugh and jeer and mock, I was listening to Happy Wife. It seemed as if she gained a little strength today, because oftentimes she says the medication makes her very drowsy, so she doesn't have that energy, or she's probably not awake to do her videos, because, storm or rain, Happy Wife will do her videos. And she said she remembers 3 years ago how the people were hating on the husband when she was quite fine. I don't think she was bedridden or anything at the time, or paralytic at the time. I think she was up on a boat. I don't know if she had gotten her diagnosis, but nothing had happened yet. She was still seemingly normal. And she said, remember how people hated on him and loved on her. And fast forward, when the sickness started to take effect, and I guess people seen him rallying around her, and so, based on what she was portraying, that him helping her, they hated on her and loving on him. And she said she just don't understand the mindset of people, like their loyalty, commitment, and devotion is not true, basically. That is what she's alluding to, and I want to say that to you as people. So you may laugh and you mock and you jeer and they say, yeah, man, good for him, corrupt politician. Now they understand what the poor people go through, Jamaicans go through, and whatever. That might be true, in the sense that, sometimes people are explaining something to you, and until it happens to you, that is when you can truly understand. But, there is a saying that goes, when you see a man fall, don't laugh, learn. Because that can be your same fate. And when you see people laugh, then you begin to understand. And it's not nice. And so it wasn't funny to me. That was not a funny situation. It's like seeing your own grandfather, something happening to him, because you can see this is an old man and it's burning him. And, the people you can hear people say, oh God. There are some people say, oh God, man, had burn him, it was burning him. That they had to throw milk, the water, because the water spreads it, and it takes time for it to dissipate. So I didn't think it was funny. I didn't think that was kind. And people, what you need to understand, is the same way they laugh at him. You don't have to be a politician or what. You could even be you could be Jesus himself, which you're not. But the point I'm making. You could be so good. It's the same way they're going to laugh at you. You're going to see some horrid comments, awful comments. People have no respect for people. The heart of man is beyond desperately wicked. So I'm going to say, when you see so-called a man fall, so-called, I just use that particular saying, that proverbial saying, don't laugh, you learn. You should look on and say, boy, I tell you, life. And it is also incumbent, it behooves these different politicians, not in particular Mr. Mackenzie, but anybody that holds authority. You have to be aware of how people feel. Now that's a percentage of the people who commented online, but still, it still should move you to look and say, look, you know, I don't want to go down as a horrible human being in the eyes of the people, as somebody who is greedy, somebody who is ruthless, somebody who is, you know, filled with pride and arrogance and narcissistic. They don't take accountability, full of themselves. And you go down in history as one of the worst leaders, the worst persons ever, because your name will be obliterated. You know, that's one of the things that I realize. You see, when you go down as a very bad leader, the only name that will come up from time to time, and it comes up because of certain things, not, it is not spread like wildfire. You know, it's Adolf Hitler, but his name is not ringing through household. It's not a household name, if you understand what I mean. You know, they say, oh yes, you remember that ruthless killer? He's like a by the wayside kind of mentioning when you hear of him. And don't get me wrong, you probably have small pockets, you know, of sects, as in SECTS, or groups that will so-called laud and praise him and love what he does. There's just a small percentage, minute, can barely see them. Your name is almost like your name is obliterated when you do bad. You know, so it is imperative for those in authority, for those who hold leadership roles, that you ensure that you do right, even in the face of wrong, even when truth is unpopular, because your name will live on. I realize people will hate you, but it's when they say that consistency in you being a just human being, a fair human being, one who is integrous, one who has dignity, who is decorous, who is a valiant man or a classy woman, you know, and they just maintain righteousness, so to speak, not perfection, you know, but they maintain righteousness and they hold true, even when everybody else leaves them. Let me tell you, their names never fail. It never rubs out. And that is why you have Martin Luther King Jr., you know, courtesy of his father, Martin Luther King Sr., and other mentors that he had, Nelson Mandela. These names will forever live on. Forever, because even when in the face of opposition, they held strain. They never backed down. They never quit it. They didn't quit. You know what I mean? And they held true to their integrity. They weren't perfect. They made their own share of mistakes. You know, so it's imperative that they look at this and see where the people are. Because I heard that even one site had to block the comment section. It means that something is wrong if they had to do with that. But people,